What's going on, guys? Matt in a hat. Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. You are tuned into the hot list. As you guys know, I come to you Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, and we talk about a property that is new to the market, something unique about the property, something that I want to share, and I want you guys to know about that property. And we do all this together. We spend a few minutes, talk about that, as well as I answer questions from you, the viewers. So as you guys come in here, make sure you tell me if you're catching this live, if you're catching this on the replay. While I'm waiting for everybody to jump in here live, if you are watching this live replay or on my YouTube channel, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, and help me out. Also, the hot list is now available in iTunes for download. So make sure that you go there, check it out, subscribe, and leave me a review while you're there. Why? Because I want to help educate and inform as many people as possible, and I need your help in order to do that with you paying a fee. What's the fee? Leaving me a review. 5-star preferred. Help me out. If you think this sucks and you don't know what I'm doing, let me know. Leave me 1-star, 2-star. Would love to hear back from you guys, and we can go from there and build. And as you guys also know, we have a sponsor of the week, and this week's sponsor of the week is Roof Check Contracting. And I have tagged them as well as Chase Henton, who is the field supervisor in this area. And he's done a lot of work. He busts his ass. I have actually heard from a client that she was concerned about an incoming storm that was moving in. So she called Chase. What did Chase do? At almost 8 o'clock at night, he goes up on her roof, tarps it off, and secures it. So if that storm comes, she doesn't have to worry about any rain leaking in to her house, getting into the house and causing any damage. How many people can say they've done that or would do that for a client? Well, this company does, and Chase does. So make sure you check them out. Give him a call if you have any questions about your roof or any concerns. All right. As we get into it, property we are talking about today. The address is 2048 Huntington Road, right here in Emporia. 3-bed, 3-bath, 2-car attached garage. It has around 1,568 square foot of finished space, currently listed at $198,000, courtesy of NextHome Professionals. Now, what is so special about this place? This is actually an affordable house in a desirable location. This is in Country Club Heights, a very established neighborhood, very beautiful neighborhood, and the street that this is on is absolutely quiet. I actually drove down it the other day just to look at it. When I was on my way to another house. Very quiet, very unique street as well. It has a full basement in it. Part of it was finished at one time, so now you have the opportunity to refinish it yourself. Throughout the house has hardwood and carpet. And then of course out back you've got a large yard, plus you've got a deck that leads down to a concrete patio. So click on that link. Take you to my website. Definitely check that house out. Not going to be disappointed. So, question of the day. And I love this question, and you'll see why at the end of the video. How much do replacement windows cost? That is a phenomenal question. Before we get into that, and before I answer it, let's go into 7 things that you need to consider and that you need to know when choosing windows. So as we all know, owning a home is all about learning, about discovery. Each are unique and different, just like your children. They each have their own personality. Windows, for example, are no different. As a home ages and settles, it's gonna shift, and you're gonna notice possibly some drafts or a thermal loss in your house as it gets older and that window ages. So you can put a temporary fix on it with weather stripping. That's only going to get you so far. That's going to be living on borrowed time, because while you're doing that, the technology in windows that are available right now are going to leave you too far behind if you put it off for too long. We all know shopping for windows. I'll compare shopping for windows to shopping for vehicles, since y'all know I used to sell vehicles. It can be expensive, it can be an investment, and you may not know a whole lot about what you're getting into or what you're looking at. So with these 7 considerations, I hope to educate you guys a little more, and then at the end of the video, answer it. Number 1 is going to be configuration and features of the window. So they're not just different shapes and sizes, there's different features as well. What does that mean? Well, there are double hung windows and single hung windows. There are slider windows, there are casement windows. Also, along with those, there are different levels of energy efficiency within each window. Now, you might be able to match replacement windows to an existing window if you are not replacing all of them. I would just opt for, the newer, the better, maybe the more functional technology, and just replace all those windows. Number 2 is going to be materials. Now, depending on your budget, if you have a larger budget, obviously you're going to have more materials available to you. With a smaller budget, you're not going to necessarily have all of them available. So the most common ones you're going to see are aluminum, vinyl, composite, metal, maybe even some wood. The most popular in this area are going to be vinyl and composite. Why? Because vinyl and composite do not sweat as far as condensation typically goes, and they are much lower maintenance in general than all of the others. Number 3 is U factor. No, not U factor, the letter U. So what this gives you an indication of is how well this is going to insulate by reducing the heat transferred into your home. So the general range from these is 0.25 to 1.25 BTU per heat transfer. I don't know what the formula is, but that's what the numbers are. What does that mean? The lower the value, as far as the lower the number, the better insulated that window will be, or better insulation that window will provide. Number 4 is going to be solar heat gain coefficient. A lot of words, right? Like the U factor, this indicates insulation level as well. This refers to how hot the sun makes the window and how much heat is transferred through that window into your house. The scale on this is 0 to 1, and most homeowners prefer go with the lowest number that their money can buy. So again, that's going to tie back into the budget and style of window that you want. Number 5 is going to be air leakage. I actually showed a house Monday to a buyer client, and they were checking the windows in a house, and they were telling me this house didn't have window issues. I'm just telling a story here, so that's not where I'm going. They were telling me that they actually lived in a house that you could stand in between the hallway from the living room to the kitchen, and you could feel a breeze coming through the windows and through that area and going out the windows in the kitchen. It was just crazy. They said they spent an ungodly amount on their heating bill. So typically, if you feel a draft, it is going to be an air leakage issue. These are all tested. New windows are tested in place in the setup that they have at the factory, and they have to meet a certain number, certain specs in order to pass so they can be shipped out to you, the consumer. Number 6 is visible transmittance. Confusing, right? This is all about measurements. So measure. Because of the measurements, it's now possible to still have light allowed and let in through the window of the house without allowing the heat with it. So as the light comes in, the heat gets trapped and reflected back out. Light goes into the house, heat stays outside. So this number tells you how much light is going to be lit in the house once the window is installed. Pretty cool, right? And finally, number 7 is the condensation resistance. This is not as large a concern as especially the last 4 that I just mentioned, but this is still something to know, still something to keep in mind. The scale on this is going to be 1 to 100. With this, again, it's going to tie back into that budget a little bit. So the higher the number, the better resistance. So that's all 7. So how much are replacement windows? Well, allow me to answer that with a non-answer, I guess. Due to the variance in sizes, styles, types, and number of windows that are in a house, there's not a specific answer for it. Whether it's something that you choose to do on your own, or that you seek a professional and have them give you their advice and their input, it's something that you got to do your research on and decide for yourself. Don't believe me that it can add up and get expensive? Go to your nearest store or go online and browse the windows for the sizes, the options, the styles. So how much are replacement windows? How much do replacement windows cost? As much as you're willing to spend to get new windows. That's the best answer that I can come up with for you guys. So hopefully you learned a little something and got a little something from this as well. I would love to know if you got replacement windows recently, where did you get them from and who provided them? Why I ask, because I have a 5-star vendor list that I continually fill and add to of people that have given 5-star service to friends, family, coworkers, just people that I know. I just add to that 5-star vendor list, so I'm able to refer out to people that have had good luck or used other businesses before that maybe I'm not familiar with and haven't used myself. So that's what I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching Hot List with Matt in the Hat. Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. I do this because your experience matters and should be trusted with a veteran. Y'all have an awesome Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow for Red Friday.